Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Shadow Generations. It feels like a lifetime has passed since I last played this game, but in reality it's been like an hour or two. I am just still in awe that this is a real thing that I am playing, that I'm actually getting to experience after so much teasing for like several years. By the way, I love it. I love pointing out the fact that so many of these animations are just directly reused from Sonic Frontiers and Sonic Lost World. I just think it's like conceptually really interesting that they'd be willing to reuse so much. Like that rail animation directly from Sonic Frontiers. Sonic Lost World. Maybe even a little bit of Generations? I'm not too sure. I have no problem with it whatsoever. I'm just making a simple observation. It's interesting because they've definitely, like, fine-tuned the general movement that Shadow has, especially when, like, boost jumping. Oh, you can get up here on, like, the little castle wall. That's sick. And they've even got 10 rings up here. Whoa, what? They got the different angles of him too and how he scales to Sonic? Oh my god, you can kind of see that his ears are actually a little bit shorter than Sonic, confirming the theory that he's actually shorter than Sonic. Wow, people are gonna have a field day with that. They definitely fine-tuned his basic boost jump movement. Because like in Frontiers, when you're using max momentum with max speed settings, it was kind of hard to like control exactly where you were jumping, so they've definitely like nerfed exactly how far he can go. Which I'm totally fine with. I missed that entire row. It didn't matter though, I cleared it in 8 seconds. Whoa, what's that from? What's this design document from? Why does he look like that? He looks like a blob. He's got fat face, I love it. Okay, this is the time limit one that I desperately need to destroy for the sake of my ego. Now, I have noticed that you are like slightly slower when you're surfing, which I'm not like too fond of, but I guess that's part of the challenge here. I noticed there was a staircase there. I kind of wonder like how much slower you might be trying to boost up a staircase. Okay, I think I got this in the bag. I find it very interesting how Shadow, his boost sound effect sounds exactly like it does in base Generations, as opposed to Sonic Forces where his boost sound effect was completely original and almost sounded like a scream. Oh, that was like perfect. Okay, where's the other one going? I didn't realize there was going to be so many of these. I am, like, clenching right now. Hopefully I can take the right route. Oh, God. Huh. Oh, my God. 53 milliseconds left. Wow. Definition of locked in and definition of gaming. Very proud of myself for that one. It felt like a certified badass. I've actually been saying for a long time that I really wish that there was more of those, like, timing challenges in Sonic Frontiers hub world. So, pretty cool to get what I want in the form of Shadow Generations, huh? It's so sick that there's, like, this environmental hub world song specifically for this regular white space, but when you do a challenge, it changes to a different version of All Hail Shadow. What does this do? I still need to figure this out. Oh, sorry, no, I totally know what this is. These are pieces of the journal. Look at that art of Maria, actually with an IV in a wheelchair. See, like, that's a part of Maria that the franchise has, like, conveniently not really touched on, is the fact that she actually is sick. Dude, this is so Mario Bowser's Fury right now. You got like this side-scrolling perspective here with like the white aesthetic and the water below you, and you have to ride on something to actually get across the water. Nothing like a good little air boost into stomp action to correct myself. Oh damn, is that from Sonic Heroes? I love that this is just a gigantic building, because we didn't really see modern structures and, like, buildings like this in Sonic Frontiers. It was all just a natural wilderness, even though Sonic, as a franchise, is known for its mix of, like, nature and human stuff. So it's really fascinating to, like, run around in a giant open area where you can see these gigantic buildings that you can just, like, jump on the rooftops of. Like, one of my favorite parts of Rooftop Run from Sonic Unleashed is the fact that, like, you're running in a human society. Like, you're jumping around on real people's rooftops. high up in the sky where you could easily just fall to your doom. Got Lethal Highway, dude, with the actual Shadow the Hedgehog logo. See, I think it's really fascinating because I never expected them to, like, return to Generations, per se. They did, and it was specifically for a side character, and the thing is, I don't really think Shadow's history as a whole is nearly as important as, like, the entirety of Sonic's history. A lot of his stuff is from what is essentially a spin-off game. You know, Shadow the Hedgehog 05 is a spin-off game. A lot of people didn't know much about the Black Arms until recently, but yet they made a whole game basically dedicated to this side character, which just goes to show how much people love him. What's up, hyper-realistic Eagle? You look even better in an official engine. Chaos X did you a lot of good, but here you are. Dude, like, look at this hyper-realistic tree. Wow, they got, like, surprising collision on this. You can boost up the tree! Okay, this game is at least 2 times better than Sonic Frontiers. In terms of, like, cyberspace control. I'm very biased about the open world of Frontiers. I love it a lot. But wow, the fact that you actually were able to do that. Huh? See, I was trying to, like, test around how easily I could, like, turn around while boosting, and I just, like, kind of jumped off the side of the cliff and landed on a little ledge that you're probably not supposed to access at all. It's weird because, like, when you're boosting, you do have some control, but, like, still not as much as I want. Like, you can strafe left and right, but you can't, like, move in a perfect circle like you can in Frontiers Open Zone, or even in Shadow Generations Open Zone. Anyways, wow, look at this really detailed shadow here, where you can see, like, the bridge. Dude, it's fucking weird hearing the Kingdom Valley music right now. Like, I just kind of gave up on this game ever being important again. Oh wow, they got these little fans for this section. That's cute, actually. And, like, I never thought they were ever gonna care about this, but, like, here we are. And the cool thing is, they don't want to forget about Eggman's hyper-realistic mechs. Like, they are fully acknowledging them, being like, yeah, that happened. That's canon. He didn't always just have these cartoony ones. Like, the ones that you saw in Sonic 06, those are valid. That really did happen, even if the timeline got erased. Oh, this is like a cavern. That wasn't in original Kingdom Valley. And it got me a collectible. That's so cool. See, like, that's one of the advantages of returning to these locations in Shadow Gens, is that you actually get to see, like, new perspectives for old locations. Oh, all his little flips and his little turns. Oh, I gotta get really used to using his like, slips and slides here. Now, I can't remember if red rings are actually in Shadow's campaign, but I haven't seen any. See, that's cool. I was working on a short about the different types of enemies in Shadow Generations, and I distinctly pointed out that is such a smooth animation. He, like, flipped in 3 different ways. He's so pretty. I understand the Shadow lovers a lot when I'm actually playing this. They actually made different versions of the Eggman mechs. Whoa, I wonder if that was the intended path or if I just kind of, like, hit a shortcut. Whoa, this level plays so nice in the boost format. I had to test it, But, like, they had the red egg gunner in combination. Oh, sick, we have Black Arms. This is the first time we're fighting Black Arms in a level. Thankfully. Oh, I didn't do the combo correctly. See, I told you it was going to get some used to. Yeah, like, they have the giant hyper-realistic Eggman creatures in that room that we were just in, and there's, of course, the... I knew that was going to happen. I think that's a Black Eagle, I think it's called, from... Or a Black Hawk from Shadow the Hedgehog. It's the only flying enemy I can think of. But pretty insane that they aren't just opting for one type of Black Arms soldier. They're using multiple, which is exactly what I was just complimenting about Rail Canyon and Kingdom Valley, is that they use multiple different types of enemies from the older games. Like, you got these egg flyers, and you got the egg gunner there, and you got their heavy duty versions where they're like blue and yellow and green as well. Same with the egg pawns and the egg flappers in Rail Canyon. And it's just fascinating to me that there's so many different types of, like, Eggman enemies, and the Black Arms, and who knows what else. But, like, you get all those different types of models and, like, enemies to fight and go up against. I think it just makes Shadow as a character all the more badass when he can go up against all these different kinds of adversaries. Unfortunate. We'll get it next time, though. Oh, but I can still access the top route just by hitting the upper half of that ramp. This part looks really sick. This is like a proper Old Kingdom tunnel. And it's leading into the waterfall segment, dude! So, I've definitely seen a little bit of the waterfall segment from, like, Sega's official promotional stuff, but I was largely not trying to look at this. Oh, dude, they even got the water effect on the screen, like OG06. And they're, like, mimicking the Mach Speed section with just boosting forward, like they did in all the Sonic Generations mods. Nice ending, jingle. But yeah, the gameplay in that was translated beautifully, and it actually isn't as tedious as the original Kingdom Valley was, especially for, like, Silver. Kingdom Valley is often said to be, like, one of the best levels in 06, because it's, like, the most put together and the most polished. Because, you know, it's literally on the cover of the box. It's supposed to be, like, one of the better levels. Ooh, the remix. I totally forgot there was going to be another remix. Yo, traditional platforming in Kingdom Valley. Oh, dude, you even got all these, like, twists and turns with, like, the loop-de-loops and the ramps everywhere? Wow, I really would never expect this to happen in Kingdom Valley. Oh, it looks so cool! Shapes. Oh, they finally used, wall jumps in this game. That's cool. But you're combining traditional video game geometrical shapes with, you know, hyper-realism with Kingdom Valley. That's so raw. Oh, this is, like, a more, like, moody orchestral version of the song, even more than the original. Dude, there's like so much volume in the background, it almost looks like this big 3D space that I can actually visit and break the 2D perspective. Oh, it's so sick that I can actually aim this, dude. Wow, I hit him into the lever to activate the wind trail. They knew what they were doing with that. And that's only a reward if you know to hold your homing attack button to actually hit the soldier there. Oh, whoa, that's so pretty! We're inside the castle! This is like a hallway passage to a dungeon or something, dude. There's scaffolding everywhere. We are inside, like, a bigger, better part of the castle. You never really got to see that kind of perspective in OG06. You got the mist in here. This looks like the E3 location from one of the E3 trailers. What the hell? You never even got to see this perspective of the place in... Whoa, this is where you chaos control. You never got to see this kind of perspective in regular 06. How raw. Dude, like, there's so many different windows and the lighting from, like, the natural light coming through the windows here and the torchlit flame that's all orange. Ha! This chaos control is so sick for moments like that. And it really rewards, like, reacting to your environment and knowing what's going on around you, because if you're not paying enough attention, most people would get crushed by that. Dude, but there's, like, so much volume in the background here. Like, you can see all the different columns and, like, that separate building. You could really tell that there was, like, a civilized group of people living here all that time ago, before Soliana Castletown became what it was. Oh man, that scripted segment didn't even take me out of the moment. I was just in awe of, like, the sheer height of the area I'm in, combined with that funny-ass, hyper-realistic eagle helping me out. Like, you know that guy is not in the slightest bit related to the Babylon Rogues, and yet he exists in the same world. I love that, like, it seems like each area has basic platforms that you can jump around on, but they're all themed to fit the area that you're in. Oh, that's cool. You can only aim for the rope if you get through the middle part of that. Dare I say, that entirely 2D level was actually better than the fully 3D one. I'm gonna get a little controversial, I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna stand on business. The music was better, the level design was great, the environments were pure eye candy. Like, actually seeing an intact castle in the back. Like, in original 06, you did get to see one, but you kind of just ran up the side of it and then jumped, like, on the roof and then back down. But we actually got to go inside and get a better idea for how people lived in Soliana, just from playing the game. Not even a cutscene, not, like, lore from a comic. Just by playing the game, we got to infer that much. And now that I've actually fully restored this hub... Hi! What? Hi? Why are you here? Why? Why is he an NPC? In the Shadow story? Not even the Sonic story. And I'm gonna sidetrack my date with Big to go and grab myself some more Gerald pages, because that's really important to me. I've gotta wonder, like, who did the art for these? It might have been Evan Stanley, because I think she did do work on the physical version of the Gerald Journal. So I wonder if, like, her art made it into a game itself. Whoa, we get, like, a full cutscene.
Hello, your name's Shadow, isn't it?
Weird hearing Canon Big say Shadow.
Buddy, Froggy?
His voice sounds different than Frontiers. Oh, he just kind of like puts his hand on his hip and smirks. That's funny. That's so sick that these interactions have their own starting cutscene instead of just going up and talking to them and it's just the speech bubble. Oh, I like his speech bubble. It looks pretty... No, that's too bad. Are they just straight up using his model in materials from Frontiers? Because if so, that's pretty good usage. I wonder if Ian Flynn got to decide who some of the NPC characters were. I just can't imagine like a higher up at Sega in a business suit putting Big into Shadow's story. He ran off again. I'll keep looking. If I see anything interesting, I'll let you know. So I guess this segment might be the Neo Metal fight? Maybe? But I think it's funny how they give you all of these options to sort of like... Yes, give me the page. I need more of my past. Oh, look at that family photo of both of them. I'm gonna have to read these at some point here, but I'm like so preoccupied with the gameplay itself. But I think it's funny that they give you like full classic loop-de-loops like this, but it's always much faster for you to just skip through the middle like that. I guess there is the spectacle of it if you're like trying to get a really cool run or something. I really like the variety of terrain they have here. This is reminding me of Sunset Heights. Yeah, you could totally see it in the walls and the barrels and the sandbags from War. Oh yeah, this is totally Sunset Heights. Wow, there's another page already? So I've been talking a whole awful lot lately. Oh yeah, that's the gate right there. You can see the bridge and everything. Yo, what? We could just go there already? Well, I guess I did beat Kingdom Valley to be fair, but... Oh, you. This is like reusing the Frontiers sneaking animation. That's kind of funny. But it seems like they're actually doing that for Gerald's Journal, which I expected to only be like a product for a pre-order bonus, because Sega hasn't really been known to care that much about the lore, but apparently they thought that the work that went into that was so good that they had to actually give us the opportunity to see it in the game itself. And I still think Dark Beginnings should be unlockable as well. So maybe it is in like a later point of the game. Oh, this is interesting. This is like a well? What is this? This is looking like Kingdom Valley. The music changed completely as well. Is this a real open world dungeon? Well, they have enemies here. This is just a JRPG with action combat in a Sonic game. Like, I just found a dungeon in a big open space. What am I witnessing? Aw, but it looks like I can't come here until I get Squid. Damn. The music completely changed as well. It's like a little bit more creepy. I'm getting kind of like a Mephiles vibe from that. You know what? Hear me out here. What if Neo Metal Sonic is the main boss fight for this world, but the Mephiles rival fight is down in that well? I was getting like creepy piano music vibes, which reminds me exactly of Mephiles, and I've seamlessly connected all the way back to the arc. Location, Kingdom Valley, former capital of Soliana government. Well, as an 06 fan, it's insanely cool seeing the word Soliana written out in a mainline game. Ruins are fragile and unstable. I must not enter. My overwhelming might destroy it all effortlessly. You go, Omega. You do not express useless terms like restraint or mercy. I will likewise support your goals without question. Let's resume the mission. Weapons and egg tech not compatible with current data. I conclude this region is from the future relative to us. It's insane how much this area has opened up in basically just like 30 minutes of gameplay. I was extremely convinced that only that starting area was what the whole open space was going to be like in all actuality, and it was just going to be really linear the whole time. Like, you have a small tiny area around you that you can explore and get extra collectibles and then do some side missions, and that was it. But no, this has opened up so big that I'm extremely overwhelmed and I don't even know like which mission to tackle first. You actually got concept artwork for helping Orbot and Qbot. Wow, so I guess our next stop is Sunset Height? Never mind. What is this? You got a real drawbridge. Like, this is the... I am like getting emotional at how cool this is because I love Frontiers and I think it's the coolest advancement to the Sonic franchise. But Frontiers, at the end of the day, is just a bunch of grassy fields and trees. But this actually has, like, human architecture and giant, important-looking buildings that you can explore like a cityscape with the open world style. Oh my god, he's hitting a Kamehameha out of his eyeball. Like, seeing a giant, hulking building with this ominous drawbridge where I can just freely explore where I want, when I want. That was the dream the whole time. Dude, this music combined with this art direction in this environment is just making me feel like I'm playing an RPG. This is Sonic Generations in 2024. Just an actual RPG, man. A JRPG. What? There we go, that did it. Oh man, it just makes me wonder, like, what a fully revised version of Sonic Generations could be like with a fully open, explorable hub like this as well. I've got to see where they let you use the music, because if you can use it in the levels, just like Sonic Generations, then it's peak. Having such a wide selection of music with this wide selection of levels is just amazing. I guess that's where we're going. Dude, it's a straight up dungeon. You can run up the walls for like an alternate pathway? Oh, and you have to jump to avoid those springs to get this extra chest. Yo! I'm tripping over all my words in this series. Ryder's Shadow, SA2 two-player Shadow, and Lancelot. I didn't expect to visually see Lancelot in this game. What's your attack? Oh, that's interesting. He shoots like a shockwave shield at you. I wonder how many people are going to completely miss the fact that the Black Arms have their own attacks because they just immediately hit them with the homing attack. That feels amazing every single time. Oh, how fitting is it that they locked away the boss gate behind this imposing drawbridge castle. Like, look at this funky geometry that you can jump around on. Like, you would never see something like this in Frontiers. And then all the while, you see the imposing doom upon the world. It almost looks like the sky is, like, shattering in on itself. The stakes feel so high in this game. This is just Kingdom Hearts scenery. Oh, I love that they're actually called egg gunners in the game itself. I was just calling it that because I, you know, have obviously done research because I'm fascinated by all the different enemy types, and I like went on a Sonic retro crawl, just looking at all the possible like differences in all the different kinds of enemies and all their names and stuff. But wow, yeah, it looks like the people that actually made this game were like, you know what, let's do some research on our end too. Let's make this as accurate as we can. It's fascinating to me that they don't just have the Black Arms in these levels as like a narrative thing, like, oh, Black Doom is infiltrating different parts of time, but they're actually used as this gameplay mechanic. Like, when you see a Black Arms alien, it isn't just, oh, I gotta kick his ass because it's fun, it's also... Should have chaos controlled, what's wrong with me? But when you see one of the Black Arms aliens, you're also like, yes, an opportunity! That's so cool that you still go through them and it makes all the sounds of you hitting them like bowling pins, but it doesn't actually make an effect on them. I definitely think these action segments are my favorite side missions in the whole game. It really rewards bursts of speed in your execution. Oh, I just realized that catching these might get a lot harder now that we have water and slopes and towers to deal with. I low-key don't want to be in the water. I would much prefer actually boosting on the ground. Oh! There we go. Right in front of Big. Yo, Sonic Battle actually acknowledged! I don't remember the degree to which the handheld games were acknowledged in original Sonic Generations, so that's really fascinating to me. It's kind of funny that these side missions are completely mandatory for getting to the bosses, because historically Sonic games have always kind of done stuff like this, between Sonic Colors requiring the extra acts as mandatory story progress, and even like Sonic and the Secret Rings having a bunch of these side missions that you needed to play. Yep, there we go. I knew that if I was a little bit more patient and didn't freak out, I would have been able to make that segment work. This is just another extended look at the... Oof, that's rough. This is just another extended look at the inside of the Soliana Castle. The assets they're using and the rooms they've designed make this still feel like a new segment that wasn't available to me in Act 2 of the level. Yeah. Oh, this is where stomp jumping is gonna pay your taxes. I'm glad that they buffed stomp jumping a lot in this game compared to Frontiers. Damn, I missed a secret. I will say the 2D platforming in this game is really rewarding, actually. Now look at him twirl around, he's so pretty. There we go, got it. And with a sliver of an S rank left. This one's probably gonna be a pain in the ass to catch up to. What? It's almost like I'm fighting like a dev ghost right now, trying to get somewhere before they do. Okay. I died. Oh wow, I actually caught it. I like locked in and I was super quiet. I was just staring at the screen. It seems to me this game is at its most rewarding when you don't explore the white space until you've actually decided to go ahead and unlock some of the side quests, because every bit of exploration is there basically just for you to hit up side quests. Wow, there's so many branching paths! Ooh, god, dangerous, dangerous, dangerous! There are traversal challenges, which are really nice and cool. There's like a set amount. There's like 5 per area so far, it's seeming. It's really cool that they are using a mix of Shadow's surfing gameplay and his like regular traversal gameplay with the homing attacks and stuff. Okay, I got the amount I need. I reached my quota. I can't wait for somebody to inevitably mod this so that he's using his hoverboard thing from Sonic 06 on the water, especially because the control is a lot better now. You can very swiftly like dodge and jump whenever you want. It's very snappy. Whereas in Sonic 06, all of his vehicles were very stiff in comparison. Okay, the ones that are going on the ground are kind of easy pickings because you're much faster when boosting on the ground versus surfing. Welcome back, Sonic Adventure 2 missions. It's time to get 100 rings, and in Sonic Generations side of the story, there's also Chow Rescue missions, so can't tell me this is just a coincidence, because it certainly isn't to my mind. Thank God you can air boost, because my ass would have been grass. It still feels so good to have the control setup of Sonic Frontiers, where you have to use the square button and right trigger to boost around and homing attack and stuff. Combined with Frontiers physics, combined with the boosting physics of forces, there's multiple eagles flying around in this path, and you have to catch one of them so you don't fall to your doom. Clever. But all of that combined with, like, you know, the Sonic Adventure 2 mission structure and being able to boost into enemies to kill them, like in Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Generations. Like, it's not just level design that's taking all the best bits from the different boosts in 3D sections of this game. Yes, I knew you could switch birds. Yo, you mind if I switch birds real quick? Huh. Dude, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this for like a real-life hour. I am so validated right now. Seeing open world official Soliana engulf me. Look at this, dude. You even get like the grassy, rocky mountains that you would see in that big open hub space in Sonic 06. Even that is incorporated into this hub world design. Now, I don't know if the white space hub as a whole is Soliana at the end of the day, but even just seeing this glimpse of it here with the castle tops and everything, the towers, the eagle statue, which I accurately depicted in one of my reactions for this game. And as if open world Kingdom Valley wasn't crazy enough, I now get the privilege of uncovering open world Sunset Heights.